Yeah, this is a good one, man. This is something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while because I think early on in your real estate investment career, wholesaling career, in your mind, everybody's mind when they first learn about wholesaling, they're thinking that they're gonna get a bunch of sales,
Yeah,
take all that cash,
$10,000 assignment fee. I'm gonna be rich
every week from now on, and then you're planning on taking that money, and that's going to be your money that you're going to buy houses with and buy other assets with, and that's how you come up, right? Mm-hmm. But I think that's a fallacy that we should talk about before somebody gets too far along into their career, because then they'll do what we do.
Yeah.
What did we do?
Reinvested.
We went all back in, everything we had, every dime. It didn't matter if that money was for Christmas presents or a new car. It went back into the business. Let's go. Let's roll it. Let's roll it.
So
it's painful.
It's very painful, and a lot of people, they like, I'm gonna bootstrap it. Bootstrap it. You hear that word? Bootstrap it.
Don't do it.
So that's another title. The hard way to get rich: bootstrap your business.
Don't bootstrap your business.
So the reason why bootstrapping your business is hard, and sometimes you have to do it for a certain amount of time. I think that's the true part about this, is you have to do it for a certain amount of time. But once you get to a certain point, what do you need to do?
I think no matter what, look, you cut your teeth however you have to. Yeah. First things first, close deals. But at any point that it makes sense for you, quickly, I would say start raising capital. Legally and ethically. Learn what that means. We're not going to teach on this channel. That's like legal advice. I'm just saying, get out there and learn how to borrow money against your deals. So I would think stage one, right, before you can even do that, really, is you have to have the deals, or else this doesn't work at all. You can go raise all the capital in the world, you don't have anywhere to place it, then then you're raising for nothing.
Yep.
And there have been instances where people have gotten in big trouble for it, and also just had to give the money back, right? So one or the other. And I think that's a best case scenario if you have to just give it back with no loss.
Yeah.
But I think what we do, whereas we're like in the lead generation, the lead engine business.
Yeah.
Is we get the assets all the time, right? So we get these deals all the time that we can borrow against to be able to correctly place that capital.
Yeah, and I think that's the key. The key is get your marketing, cut your teeth, get your marketing in order, get deals, and then you can raise deals. And whenever you're ready to, I think it's different people. It's different for everybody, but whenever you're ready to start raising money, I think that's the key. Is when you can raise money and borrow against whatever assets you're trying to take down. That's when you're in the money, and that's the easy way to get rich. But the hard way to get rich is reinvesting every dollar for years. That's the hard way. It gets very mundane, and what was the meme is like, I'm not poor, I'm just a liquid.
Yeah, and I think that's where it leaves you, because all the extra you have that you could use for like vacations, comfort, automobiles, healthy food, the important things in life. You don't. There's no cash laying around for that because you keep rolling it back in. Yeah. So knowing what we know now, early on, we would have initially started with just putting the deals together, for learning how to do a profitable deal, right? So that's stage one. There's a little learning curve there, but also going out and actually raising the capital. So what can a person do to shorten their learning curve and not have to wait to learn how to do a deal start to finish before they go raise?
Partner.
With who?
People that experience.
Mm-hmm.
Partner with people that experience. So one thing that's interesting is that you as an individual have your own access to your own lenders, but you can bring your lenders to your deal and partner with an expert and still do that deal. Mm-hmm. And that's the way to do the deal without having to put your neck out and possibly lose it, because you're working with an expert.
Yep. And so that's I think our business model is beautiful. And if you don't, for whatever reason, don't think Daniel or myself is handsome enough for your deals, find somebody that knows what they're doing. Stay as close as you can to that person for as long as they will let you, right? Because sometimes you get in too close with people and they kind of shove you out. I think the way that we do it is we give away all of the information, right? And we help raise the capital for these people. So we're again, a concerted effort. Let's say we only brought the expertise, but you guys went and raised the capital. Well, we would see if we had a deal to place it. And sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, but more likely than not, we can put it somewhere nice.
And this is one of the things where you have, there's three points to a deal. You need the deal, you need the capital, and you need the experience and knowledge to know how to do it. We don't need to fill all three of those points. Yes, we'll buy the deal. Yes, we'll bring the money. And yes, you can source a deal. But if you could bring capital or experience or knowledge and just need money, who's going to give you money?
Anybody and everybody.
I mean, shit, we'll give you money.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. If you're experienced in what you're doing, we'll find the money for you. So it comes down to if you can fill one or two of those things, you can leverage your position. No matter, even if you're just starting, hey, bring a deal, boom. Now we're going to share the information with you and bring you along for the ride that we learn how to do the deal.
So I think that's the ultimate trade-off as a new person. You go out, you contract something, you don't know what to do now. You don't have the resources, you don't have the finances, you don't have the attorneys in place.
Yep.
They come to us, Hive University. We analyze the deal. We say, yes, this looks like there's a decent amount of profit here. What are you trying to get out of this? And then really it depends on where you are with the deal, how much you participate. But normally it's a nice fat wholesale fee, sometimes 6 figures, around there.
The one I can think about is Tanisha. Tanisha found a deal. We bought the deal. And now she's trying to find a buyer for a deal. But it's her deal.
Yeah.
It's her deal. And she's putting in her own sweat equity on her own deal to come fruition. So whenever that deal finishes, she's going to get paid even more because she put more sweat equity than everybody else.
Yep.
And she just didn't sell the deal to us.
Yeah, she didn't have a dime out of pocket, so now she can participate in the upside. But if somebody says, hey, I just want my 100 grand or 50 grand out of here, we'll pay you up front like that. We can move it around. We can partner with you, like I said. So it really depends on, take it on a deal-by-deal basis. But if the deal's strong enough, we'll find the capital. But if you're just good at finding capital or it's always around you, then we'll have a deal for it where it just makes sense for everybody. And they're really strong deals.
Yeah, very, very strong deals. I talked to a CPA lender that's coming on, and he was amazed at the returns.
You don't say.
And this is we talk about this about like what's a good ROI. Like you can do crazy ROIs in land, like crazy ROIs. We're like we have a video that Mike Flores recorded with the Uber driver, and she's living we're in San Francisco right now if you don't know, and she says she's investing her California money into Section 8 into good states that have good rental property, and we're like, what type of return you're getting? Well, I don't know. And I'm just like if 12% return, boom, we can handle that. You don't have to do none of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like hands off investing, 12% return with no management capex or like to her, like I don't know what type of return she was getting, but when you really think about ownership of these assets, you got to think of the cost. Literally, there's a video on Twitter I saw yesterday. They're like, these are the things that replaced the last 5 years of ownership of owning this house. And I'm like, oh, more reasons to invest in land. Because like you really don't understand what you're buying. When you buy a house, yes, I'm buying cash flow, I'm buying a passive investment, but you have all the downside.
Mm-hmm. Something, somehow, some way, you find a way to break even. And then I think the ultimate play is for collecting houses is depreciation, and then of course like long-term appreciation. I don't know that anybody buys specifically to make $1 million a month, but I think it has its place. But with what we do, it's just it's so different.
It's so different, and like we talked to somebody like we're given a minimum like 15% return or something like that, and they're raising money like 7-8% because their deals barely yield 10% ROI or 12% ROI.
There's something else right there. So on our deals, we have people that we could pay out 10, 20, 30, 40%.
Depends where they're at in the deal.
And a lot of deals that people are used to going into, like 99% of deals out there, you're going in real heavy.
Very heavy.
Yeah.
You're not maximizing the leverage, and you're not really in a good position. So let's talk about this. This is a great caveat. So like, let's say you're buying $1 million apartment complex. $1 million apartment complex. I never bought a multifamily, but you're going to usually the bank's going to finance 60 to 70% of that. Who comes up with the 40? You and your private investors. The reason why is because you might have a 3 to 5 year exit. If things go wrong, there goes your equity. We're seeing it right now with apartments. Everybody's losing their apartments right now. It's going crazy. And the reason why that's happening is because your equity position on the capital stack disappears and everything will go wrong. So the thing where we differentiate is we're creating so much value, even if we have to liquidate at a cheaper price than our exit, we still have a great buffer margin. And that's the difference. When multifamily cap rates shrink or interest rates go up or down, you're going to feel that in your equity position, and there's not enough ROI that it just shrinks your thing and now you lose it. Yeah,
I think that's why these deals are so good, is because we can for one, we can value add
significantly
a lot of layers, not just like one or two different ways, and it happens pretty quick. So I think being that we can afford to value add that many times over, then we could always pay a great return, and then also there's a lot of buffer between the profitability of the deal and what the investor's supposed to get back. So there's such a wide gap. It's hard to imagine that.
So I was talking to somebody, and they said they invested $50,000 into a multifamily, and they got like $400 back. Now that might sound good to you, but my head immediately went to, how long was that?
That was my first question. How long did this take?
And it was like 5-6 years, which comes out to like a 12% annualized return.
Oh man! So that guy's a superstar because he 8x'd his money, but he was making 12.
So you have to look at whenever you see this is my pet peeve online is like, oh, I bought it for X and I sold it for X. But what was the time involved?
How much did you have out of your pocket? How long did it take?
Because everybody's like, well, I bought it for, like, my grandma bought this house for $40,000 and now they're selling it for $400,000. Well, how long has it been? It's been 50 fucking years.
Oh my goodness.
That's like a 6% return. And everybody's like, oh, that's a great buy and hold. Buy and hold. You're going to make a lot of money buying and holding.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, and again, like I said, maybe it has its place. If you have excess capital and you can find really good deals on houses and you got a strategy, more power to you. But if you're just looking at straight acceleration of capital to go from a new guy that has nothing to being in control of $1 million in cash, I can't think of an easier way to do it than with land. You could do it in a day or in a week or in a month.
This is the point where I want to get into is that what's the work involved to do that? What's the work involved to do that in other asset classes? Like, you have to do.
You have to know underwriting for one, right? Commercial underwriting.
It's just insane. It's insane. I think people want to multiply and amplify their money, but they don't realize the work it takes to do it. Mm-hmm. And other spaces.
So I think we've got two good things going here for us. Is that, for one, we have the work ethic of freaking robots, like aliens.
The work of the hive.
Yeah, we have a work ethic of some animals. But then also now it's a very, very fine skill set that we've pieced together.
Yep.
That's really cool. We've pieced together something that's tremendous. And it seems like everybody notices it already.
Yeah. And like I said, it is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Don't anybody tell you it's not.
That's what I was going to say. So as beautiful as the machine is, the hours that goes into it is just unmatched.
Yeah, we have like 30 people working right now. So we're doing. We can show the HUDs, we can show all the things, but there's 30 people working at minimum,
and more coming,
by
the second.
So there's a lot of man hours, and we'll talk about time.
That's pushing this thing. Yeah. So lots of hours, lots of concerted effort making this machine move. That's why. But yeah, lots of good, smart people working in the background making it happen.
Mm-hmm. Puppeteering. Me and Anthony, we're the janitors of this thing because there's a lot of moving parts and we have to clean up and create.
Clean up a lot of messes. Put out a lot of fires. We create some fires sometimes, but we're human too and we love this business. If you guys have been following us for any length of time, I just want to say that we really do appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
There's people that have been here since the beginning, but we've just never heard from them or spoken to them. So yeah, if you guys reach out, just say hi. We'd be glad to see if we could look at some deals for you or just, invite you to one of our calls or something like that. But yeah, I say get out there and raise capital, guys, because if you don't start there, it's going to be a long, painful ride. Like I said, and of course, you want to learn how to do deals. I think that could even be secondary if you're really good at raising capital. And then, like I said, you partner with us on something, and we'll teach you the rope start to finish. But I would start. Do not wait to raise capital. Don't wait one more day. Your business will struggle for it, and you're going to wish you did earlier anyway.
Yep. We'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.